We really view obesity as a lack of individual willpower, and this just isn't true. The environment that we're in shapes so much of what's available, what's accessible, what's affordable, what's convenient. That drives a lot of the way that we eat. Currently at Nesta, we've got a really ambitious goal, so we're looking to halve the rate of obesity by 2030 from 2020 levels. And really the way that we're thinking about this is that the food environment shapes a lot of our choices. And so within the mission, we're working on how can we make healthier food more available. So actually looking at what are the barriers to reformulating food to make it healthier. We're thinking about reforming the way that food and drink is promoted. So really understanding the scale of advertising of unhealthy food, thinking about how we can work with retailers to promote healthier foods. And then we're also thinking about access to healthy foods. So what is the environment around us and how can we map the environment so we can better kind of figure out what are the levers to enable more access to healthy food. There are lots of organisations out there that are already doing some great work in the space. So collaborating with people like Impact on Urban Health, Obesity Health Alliance, the Food Foundation, and a number of different organisations that are looking to kind of reduce obesity. Over the next 5 years, I'd really like to see a shift in terms of the way that health is a priority focus for investors and industry. But we know that might not happen kind of on its own. So we'd really like to see policymakers ensuring that there's the right levers in place in order to incentivize industry to kind of really prioritize health, but also kind of consumer pressure and demand to make sure that the environment around us is really enabling us to make easy choices that are healthy for us, rather than kind of an environment where it's very easy to kind of have unhealthy options. So I think at the moment, not even within the field, but across many of us and across kind of people in general, we really view obesity as a lack of individual willpower. And this just isn't true. The environment that we're in shapes so much of what's available, what's accessible, what's affordable, what's convenient. That drives a lot of the way that we eat. And so I'd really like to see a shift across everyone, that we recognize that there are these bigger factors at play and the system is affecting what we eat and the levels of weight that we have. And therefore, we're all responsible, including the private, public and kind of third sector, to ensure that we're able to lead happy and kind of healthy lives. One book that's quite interesting that has a slightly different take is The Hungry Brain, and it talks about the neuroscience behind it. So, we haven't changed much genetically for a long time, but actually the environment around us has changed a lot. And so it kind of shows us how the environment that we're in is actually shaping a lot of the food that we have, and that we're no longer living in a world of scarce food. And therefore a lot of these cues that are around us are really kind of diving into our primal instinct to kind of consume high sugar, fat content food. And therefore, it's just a different take on this issue, but is really critical for us to understand in order to be able to address it.